Welcome to the Folktale Project. This is Dan Scholes. Today we have our final story from Wilhelm Reuland's Legends of the Rhine. And this is a story for everybody who's ever been put down. For anyone who's ever been told that they are less just because of where they came from. And a reminder that embracing is the best way to get past your haters. This is Bishop Willigis. In the year 1000 there was a very pious priest in Mainz called Bishop Willigis. He was the only son of a poor wheelwright, but by his perseverance and his own merit he had attained to the dignity of first priest of the kingdom. The honest citizens of Mainz loved and honored the worthy divine, although they did not altogether like having to bow down to one who had been brought up in a simple cottage, like themselves. The bishop once reproved them in gentle tones for thinking too much of mere descent. This vexed the supercilious citizens, and one night they determined to play Willigis a trick. They took some chalk and drew enormous wheels on all the doors of his house. Early next morning, as the bishop was going to mass, he noticed the scoffer's malicious work. He stood silently looking at the wheels, the chaplain by his side expecting every moment that the reverend prelate would burst forth in a terrible rage. But a gay smile spread over the bishop's features, and, ordering a painter to be sent to him, he told him to paint white wheels on a scarlet background visible to every eye, just where the chalk wheels had been drawn, and underneath to paint the words, "Willigis, Willigis, just think from where you have risen from." But he did not stop there. He ordered the wheelwright to make him a plough wheel, and caused it to be placed over his couch in memory of his extraction. Thereafter, the scoffers were put to silence, and the people of Mainz began to honor and esteem their worthy bishop, who, though he had been so exalted, possessed such honest common sense. And white wheels, on a red ground, have been the arms of the bishops of Mainz ever since. And that is the German story of Bishop Willigis, who was truly Saint Willigis. And it's just a good reminder that we should always embrace where we came from. This is Dan Scholes for the Folktale Project. Don't forget that you can subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Overcast, anywhere you like to get your podcasts. You can follow us on Twitter at Folktale Project. You can find us on Auto Radio, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, anywhere you like to listen. And you can always head over to folktaleproject.com, where you'll find a new story waiting for you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Don't forget that if you'd like to help support the podcast, you could always head over to patreon.com/folktaleproject, or just leave a rating or a review wherever you like to listen to podcasts. It all helps. Next week, we'll be back with 3 new tales. As always, thank you so much for listening.